What's up guys, my name is Matt and today I'm going to teach you how to play a guitar from the standpoint that you may have never played one in your life. So what I want to do in this video is show you what to do with each of your hands. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to pick with my right hand and fret with my left. So here we go. Alright, so first things first, this long piece of wood that makes up a significant portion of the instrument is called the neck. The front face of that, where you will be playing, or I should say creating your notes, is called the fretboard. And as you can see, it's divided up into little individual sections, which we call frets. The way you play is by taking your finger, and you want to use the fleshy part of the tip of your finger, okay? And put it on the string, and push the string down so that it hits the actual wood. Alright, when you make contact you'll get a clear note, okay? You probably want to keep your fingernails on this hand that you used to fret the guitar. You want to keep those fingernails short, otherwise when you go to make a chord, what can happen is your fingernails will end up hitting the wood more so than the fleshy end of your finger will be able to, so it just makes it a lot easier if you keep your nails short on that hand. You want to push down between the metal dividers, not on them. Alright, those dividers are meant to divide the space between each note that you can have, so your actual note will be found in the middle. So if I'm on the 3rd fret here on the high E string, that's a G, okay? Also, with your thumb, what you want to do is just rest it. Let me see, it's kind of hard for you guys to see. Just rest it on the back, alright? So what that'll do is when you're making a chord, especially if you play an acoustic where you have to push a little bit harder than an electric, let's say, your thumb, if you can push with that, that'll give you the pressure rather than like having it like this or like that or whatever. Use your thumb to give you that leverage so that you're not, squeezing your hand in a weird position, okay? So that about does it for that hand. Alright, so your other hand is what controls your pick. You can also do finger style like a classical player if you have a classical guitar or just, a regular acoustic. Or an electric for that matter, whatever. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use a pick so you guys know how to do it the right way. There is some debate as to how to hold your pick the right way. Different people will tell you different things. Some people just say, whatever feels comfortable. I'm going to give you my way of doing it because it works for me, and that's how I was taught. And I teach it to my students that way, and it seems to work pretty well. So what I do is, if you notice, your finger has 3 sections, right? So like 1, 2, 3, alright? Take the fat part of your pick, right? So not the point, but the fat part, the wide part, and put that on the smallest end of your finger, right? That 3rd knuckle, alright? And then take your thumb, put it over it like that, alright? So you've got more or less a teardrop hanging off, okay? And then you can just hold it like that. Try to feel what's comfortable for you. Most of the motion's going to come from your wrist, not your thumb, okay? In some faster cases, you might get your arm moving a little bit, or if you're just, strumming. As far as grip, you probably want to find a midway between too tight and too loose. So too tight would sound like this. Too loose might sound like this. Alright, so somewhere in the middle there. Alright, just sturdy enough that you can control it. It's not going to fall out of your hand, but you also don't sound like you're tense. Alright? And that's about it, guys. It's really pretty simple. One last thing, guys, I forgot to mention about your picking hand is that you can use your palm, the fleshy part in here, to mute strings that you don't want ringing out. So if, let's say I'm playing something, especially with distortion, if I'm playing like a rock song or heavy metal or what have you, this really applies to that because distortion makes your strings ultra sensitive, so any little bump or mishap is just going to create a bunch of noise, right? So if I'm playing a line up here on, the higher strings, right, and I've got these other strings down here, just mute them, just keep your palm there. And I mean, you'll get the feel of it. It's kind of tricky to explain, but it's one of those things you just have to feel out. Just something to keep in mind. When you first start out, you probably don't have to worry about it too much, but as you learn songs, you want to get more articulated, make sure you're only hitting the notes that you want to hit. That's something that you're going to want to keep in mind. So that's it for this lesson, guys. I wanted to keep it short and sweet for you. It's a very introductory lesson. Again, if you've never played a guitar in your life, you're picking it up for the first time. That's essentially how you would go about it. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like or subscribe. I'm going to be uploading a bunch more stuff soon. I'd like to get a few videos up each week. So yeah, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.